refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes. They gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I felt it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Turn it up. Welcome back to another episode of Refuse to Lose with Tomo. Yeah, Joe and Dave, they're off today, but I got a special guest. I got Trent with me, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. What's going on, Trent?
Tomo, what's up, man? I guess Joe and Dave didn't want to hang out today.
You know, something about division winners. Well, Dave won a division, so I can't say too much.
Yeah,
but Joe don't like to hang out with division winners too much, you know.
Yeah, he don't want to talk until week 2.
Yeah, you're right. Y'all do play. But if you tuned in right now, if you're tuned in on one of the platforms that we're streaming from, either YouTube or Facebook, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notifications. There's so many buttons that you need to hit when you're watching one of these episodes. And, of course, in Refuse to Lose fashion, NFL is here. The turn up has begun. I haven't forgot, Dave. I'm definitely going to make sure I hit the turn up button. But before I do that, we've been doing panels all week. I know you've probably seen the Patriots. I know you've seen us do the Jets. I know you've seen the Dolphins. Well, this week we got today's episode we have the Bucs, and then later on we're gonna have a special moment. You know, I gotta be on here with the Bills fans, and yeah, I know if you know anything, you know how I feel about Josh Allen. So to do this episode with the Bills fans is gonna be very, very interesting. But we're not worried about the AFC right now. We're gonna do something real quick. We're gonna make sure we turn up because down in Tampa Bay, when y'all score, y'all let the cannons go, right?
Fire them cannons.
There we go. You fire them cannons, but on Refuse to Lose. Before we do the episode, we turn up.
Turn me up.
And with that being said, of course, you all can indulge in the conversation throughout the comments because we got my fellow Cowboy here. You know, he holding me down. Shout out to you, Cardo, saying we here. So you can indulge in the comments. The comment section, we will read the comments. We also like super chats. But again, this is not about the Cowboys. It's not about the Commanders. We'll get to them at some point. Today, right now, it's all about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, my boy Trent. Yep. Hey, I told you.
I told you.
Look, man, all Cowboy fans rejoice.
I was driving home. I'm sorry.
It is okay. It's okay, man. You're here now. So, with that being said, a lot of things have happened in the offseason. A lot of things happened at the end of the season. You know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think your season was kind of going up and down, and then you found a way to make it into the playoffs. I mean, that playoff game up in Detroit probably really hurt you a little bit, but you signed Baker back. You signed Mike Evans back. I mean, I think you lost a few key pieces on the defense. But tell me about that offseason grade.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we got Mike Evans back. We got Baker back. We got Levante David back. We got Antoine Winfield Jr. back. We got Tristan Wirfs back. And I mean, right there alone, we got Chase McLaughlin back, our kicker. So, I mean, there alone, those 5 pieces that we got back are huge and an integral part of our season. Really, the Winfield Jr. and Tristan Wirfs are 2 of the biggest. They're going to be 2 of the highest paid players in the league, and I think rightfully so. being a Buccaneers fan my entire life, it wasn't always pretty. But in 2020, Mr. Tom Brady came down to Tampa, and the first two picks in that year's draft class were Tristan Wirfs in round 1 and Antoine Winfield Jr. in round 2. So since they've been there, they've either won the Super Bowl or won the division. So you want to talk about two cultural pieces for the Tampa Bay Bucs. Those are two guys that we absolutely had to bring back. They were paid because they are the best at their position in the league, top 3 if you want to argue. We can say that for another day. But those are two guys that know what it's like to win in Tampa Bay and are going to springboard this program, this team forward, and are a huge part of that winning mindset that was established in Tampa just a few years ago. So, you can look at the Mike Evans and the Levante Davids. They were great players for Tampa these last 10, 15 plus years, but they never had that winning identity until just recently. So to have two young guys to come into the league and just know what it's like to win right away for this team is huge. So I'm ecstatic that they franchise tagged Winfield to start, but then ended up getting a deal done. And then just this past week, Wirfs signed the 5-year deal. So you got Winfield for 4, Wirfs for another 5, Baker for 3, Mike for 2. The only way is up here for sure. So I love the off-season grades or off-season moves rather to get our core back. The one loss we did trade away cornerback Carlton Davis to the Detroit Lions pre-draft and got a 3rd-round pick back for him, which we'll dive into the draft here shortly. But as far as taking care of your guys and getting the right guys back, I think that was a huge part. Sometimes winning the division 3 years in a row, if it ain't broke, don't break it. So I think those, getting those two guys back is huge. And then obviously enough can't be said about what Mike Evans and Levante mean to the culture and the organization itself.
Man, so with that being said, what's your grade?
For that, well, for the off season for bringing back, do you want me to talk about that and the draft or just the who we brought back?
If you can go into the draft as well, you want to. We can do it on the conference. Right. But before you dive into the draft, because I know you got a lot to say about your draft, I just want to ask 2 questions. Mike Evans.
Yep.
Do you feel he's underrated?
I do. I think he's been underrated his whole career. Obviously, there's some bias coming in being a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan and watching him every Sunday for the last 11 seasons. But different coordinators, different quarterbacks. He did have a 5-year window there with Jameis where it was a little bit solidified, but he was also throwing 30 interceptions this season. So
it's a 30.
Exactly. So he's a guy who's had to get it done with McCown, Glennon. I'm forgetting a bunch of names right now, but he's had 6-7 different quarterbacks thrown to him throughout his career, and he's been the only constant in that offense for the last 11 seasons. So I don't think he'll ever, he's never going to be the flashiest guy. But, he's reliable, ultimate professional, physical, red zone target, reliable. Early on in his career, he had some drop issues, and I think it lingers every once in a while, but you'll take all of his highlights over the drops that he's had throughout his career any day. This is a guy who, back 11 years ago, we thought Johnny Manziel was, the reason Texas A&M was winning all these football games, and not to take away from Johnny Manziel, but Johnny Manziel had to throw. But Johnny Manziel Johnny had to throw it to somebody, and that somebody was Mike Evans. So I think just 1,000 yards every year for the last 11, on pace to break a lot of records and be up there and Mr. Consistent. So yeah, I think he's severely underrated. There's always going to be, your Justin Jeffersons, your Jamar Chases, your CeeDee Lambs. That top 5 conversation is probably a little hard with the current, athletic ability of some of these guys playing in the league. But body of work is, Hall of Fame. And I think him getting that Super Bowl ring solidified it.
Oh, that's a fact. Now, I know you went into a lot of your off-season moves as far as free agencies and re-signings. So just tell me a little bit about, you can go into how you feel about that draft, and then after that, you can give me your totality, your grade on the off-season.
Yeah, sounds good. So Another key one we brought back real quick just to mention on is Jordan Whitehead at safety position. He was on the Tampa Bay Super Bowl roster and went and played for the Jets. We lost him to the Jets in free agency, but now back in Tampa, so good to get him back. But the draft, man, Tomo. I cannot say enough good things about this draft, man. Maybe I'm biased, but I think Jason Light has been cooking.
I'm gonna tell you like
Go
this.
ahead.
This is your moment to be biased. Like this is the
Yeah,
off
hey,
season.
look,
Nothing's happened yet. Like you can say
yeah,
they're gonna
this
win the
is
Super Bowl. I mean, it's
yeah,
gonna get
hey,
clipped up for the chats, but other
exactly,
than that,
exactly. I ain't putting out any daggers like that yet. But
all right.
it starts in the first round. You know, with Graham Barton, center at Duke, not the sexiest pick, but we needed it. And I think with the injuries that we've had over the years with Ryan Jensen, and then him officially retiring from football rather, that was an obvious need. We were kind of plug and playing at the position all year last year with him out. So he's a center out of Duke late in the first round. He's going to come in and start right away. Really, I think we had 5 guys in our first 4 rounds that are all going to be starters right away or get significant playing time. So Graham Barton's going to come in and start right away. Second round pick was Chris Braswell out of Alabama, outside linebacker. So I don't necessarily know that he'll start right away, but with the way we rotate our linebackers and edge rushers and sub guys in and out of nickel formations, he's going to be on the field playing in a integral rotation spot no matter what. Third round pick, safety out of Georgia, Tyke Smith. He's already making headway in camp as a starting nickel for us. So you have 2 guys who played defense in the SEC, one at Bama and Braswell, and one in Georgia in Smith. So 2 guys who played elite level football in college, turned some heads playing down there, and I think they're going to come in and be an immediate impact for us right away. We had 2 picks in the third round because of that Carlton Davis trade. So with the second pick in the third round, we took Jalen McMillan, wide receiver from Washington. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to come in and complement Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Trey Palmer, and Sterling Shepard, who we got this offseason right away. So he's going to be a wide receiver 3 for us. I believe he'll play over Shepard. I think we brought Shepard in to be more of a familiarity with Baker because they played together in college. But
he seems like a bridge player too.
Yeah.
But at third spot.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. So but McMillan, he's going to come in right away and play a lot of downs for us on offense. And then our first pick, and then our 4th round pick is Bucky Irving, running back from Oregon, and he's elusive Pac-12 first team, great receiving back, great running back. He is going to take some of that stress off of Rashad White, and Rashad had averaged 3.6 yards a carry last year, and the Buccaneers were dead last in rushing offense. So we needed to get him some help.
If y'all was last, then I mean the Cowboys had to have been right before y'all because our offense,
our
rushing offense is terrible too. But go ahead.
Yeah, the Buccaneers rushing offense has been 32nd in the last 2 seasons. So we need a lot of help at the running back position, and that kind of starts with getting Rashad White some help. We do have a new offensive coordinator in town, in Liam Cohen. We can dive into that a little here soon. But the draft was amazing. Like I said, not often that you're going to get 5 guys who are going to come in and make an immediate impact for your team on both sides of the ball. And with that said, I think that draft grade has to be an A. And you kind of pile that up with bringing back the guys that we talked about already, like your Winfield Juniors, your Wirfs, Mike Evans, and Levante. I couldn't be happier about this offseason.
See, going off of that, and I like the in-depth that you gave me about the draft because I'm not too familiar about some of the players with the draft. I know you done CTC and the college background. Shout out to Carl, man, and you for doing a few of the episodes. So again, you gave me a little highlight there because I was going to ask how you going to feel about Devin White leaving, but it sounds like you got your replacement right there. So it seems like every position that you all were like, all right, someone left, we're just going to plug that hole with a young rookie who can possibly move us forward. With all that being said, I'm also on the aspect of retaining guys, because over here in Dallas, we go all in. So bringing your guys back and actually re-signing someone and then having that Baker moment where Baker, I think he said the Bucs believed in him. So this is why he wanted to stay. I give you all a B+ in totality of what you all did. And going back to last year's episode when you were on here, you were saying that you all could go like around about 9-8 and probably win the division but you thought it was the Saints, and for you all to win the division the way you did, I mean, you kind of spoke some things into fruition. And with that being said, we gotta go to the next question here, and some would say it could be a baker's dozen because you could probably win 13 games, or maybe you can win to I don't know. But no, it's more so what's your expectations from Baker Mayfield this season?
Yeah, I mean, my expectation for him is he's going to go out there and have fun, and it's going to be, I think, our first real look at him comfortable, if that's the right word. But you do have an offensive coordinator change at Liam Cohen coming in. We did lose Dave Canales. Canales took the head coaching job for the Carolina Panthers, so a little bit of a what now with a new offensive system in place. But I think Liam, number one, has experience working with Baker. Liam was on the staff under Sean McVay when the Rams flew Baker out, and Baker won a game in 2 nights for the Rams. So there's familiarity there. Cohen was recently at Kentucky, so he's back in the NFL, on the NFL scene. But he's all offense. I think you're going to see a lot of 11 personnel from him. Bucs ran a lot of 12 last year, 2 tight ends on the field. But he loves to run the ball. I'm really excited for what he did with Kyron Williams in LA. I'm looking to see kind of that from Rachaad White and Bucky Irving. But this is going to be, back to Baker being comfortable. And like you kind of already talked about it, the Bucs were 4-7 last year, and then won 5 out of their last 6 games, and then went and won that playoff game in Tampa. Unfortunately, I don't think we can rely on the NFC South being bad forever. So we're gonna have to step up. We're gonna have to step up. Exactly. So we're gonna have to step up and win some games. But I think, re-signing Baker, re-signing Mike, re-signing Worse, these are all indicators that the Bucs are in win now mode. Believe in Baker, and like he said, Tampa believed in him. I fully embraced him as a starter. I think I was quoted last year probably saying he's going to be the starter until the wheels fall off, and the wheels never really fell off. So it was a bumpy ride to start, but we got everything. We made a pit stop after week 11, and I think got everything back together. And then we won 5 out of the last 6, won that playoff game, so 6 out of 7, and then the Buccaneers were tied going into the 4th quarter with the Detroit Lions last year in that NFC Divisional Championship game. So, I mean, it was 1 quarter away from the NFC Championship last year. Is that going to be the same result this year? Who knows? But I think another year in this offense around the guys, there's, like I said, a little bit of nuance he's going to have to learn under a new OC, but it's really the same team. I mean, if anything, we got more weapons. There is going to be a little bit of change on the offensive line at the center position and at the guard position from last year, but we're really working with a lot of the same stuff we had. And I think when you have that baseline of this is what we did the year before, and then you add offensive coordinator who's familiar with Baker, and then, another year in the offense, and the language is only a plus.
Yeah, you got the language plus Mr. Consistency himself out there, knowing that he gonna go for 1K. I mean, everything is there. Rachaad White, he did show some promise after the last season. I mean, especially with that playoff run. I really think that pit stop that you all had gave this team the chemistry and continuity that you need going into this season. As far as just expectations for Baker is to continue to build on the success. For me, because again, once I heard that quote of him saying like, no, they believed in me here. I think in that Eagles game, he was playing through an injury, and for them to come out with the victory the way they did, that shows that one, he believes in the team and the team believes in him. And throwing over 4,000 yards, again, 4,000 yards in today's league, most people will say that's just like a flash in the pan, not a flash in the pan, but there's like a drop in the bucket because most quarterbacks are doing that. But again, for Baker, the one who went to LA on an overnight flight on a red eye and won a game, everybody was kind of saying this might be his last ride. So again, what you were saying about being a starter to the wheels fall off, I would say it's more of like a wooden roller coaster. It's going to be shaky, but once the drop happens, it's going to be fun, and then it's going to get shaky again. But again, it might be your favorite roller coaster. You might wake up, you might get off the roller coaster a little dizzy, but Baker's going to do his thing. And with this division, Kirk Cousins and the Achilles, I really don't know. It might be yours for the next 2 years, maybe. It depends on how these rookies develop. So again, for me, Baker, just continue to build on your success. You do that and get you all to the playoffs. Let's just win the division first, but then I think you all get to the playoffs and make some noise. Hopefully, we're not back on here saying that y'all playing the Cowboys, because again, we
Don't
all
wanna do
know
that.
No. You might be good in this situation because again, the
Maybe,
Cowboys
maybe.
playing a young team. The Packers showed you that it can be done. So, with that being
Very true.
said, with that being said, the time comes where we all get the schedule. We got to go through it. I know you have it up. I know there's some guys. I know week 1 is the first game you're looking forward to. There's a few guys in the chat that's gonna be like, we don't want to hear that. But we're gonna sit at the dock of the bay and we're gonna pick some of these games.
Sounds good.
Let's get. Oh man, I wish I had the schedule up. All right, next time I'm gonna have it ready. But let's
That's all
run through it. Week 1, Tampa Bay. They're going to they're at home. Start at home.
Yeah.
Against the Commanders with a young Jaden Daniels and all his promise. What you got?
I'm gonna go with the Bucs winning at home to open the season. I think Joe knows, and some of the guys know in the chat. The Washington Commanders have a special place in my heart. I'm going to be rooting for them all season, other than Week 1. With that said, the Buccaneers do have an experience of making rookie quarterbacks look like they're about to receive their golden jacket. So I'm going to be, hesitant on that. I think Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback, a great talent. I love what they're doing in Washington. Getting Eckler over there on top of a receiving staff that's already, pretty well established. Defensive side of the ball, you bring guys in like Bobby Wagner. So new ownership, new culture. I'm a fan of everything that's going on over there. But in Week 1, unfortunately, it's going to be a loss for the Commanders and a win for the Bucs.
Man. All right. Week 2, Detroit.
Detroit on the road. I do believe Detroit is going to get the better of the Bucs again, and I see the Bucs starting 1-1.
Okay. So are we gonna go right through? We're going to Denver, back at home.
Yep, back at home against Denver. I have the Bucs winning that game. So I'm not sure if Bo Nix is going to end up being the starter for Denver or not. Might be Zach Wilson. I'm not sure. But I think the Buccaneers are just more talented on both sides of the ball, and I'm hoping that we win that one pretty convincingly.
All right, so quickly, you all winning against the Commanders. You said losing to the Lions and winning against Denver. All right, so far our schedules align. Next week you're back at home. You got Philly coming down there with a vengeance.
Tomo, you know what happens when Philly comes to Tampa Bay, man. Tampa wins. Tampa wins.
Okay. I mean, I picked Philly to win that game because they're gonna be upset, but I wouldn't be mad if they lose. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one.
I think Todd Bowles. I have my reservations, and some days I love him, some days I can't stand him. But I think he has a winning record against Sirianni, and he has Hurts figured out. So I'm excited for that game.
Okay, you sound like the media with the love-hate relationship with Todd Bowles. But next week you all go to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
Yeah, on the road against Atlanta. I think we're more talented than Atlanta, but just with the nature of it being a division game, and the vulnerability of NFL schedules, I have the Buccaneers losing on the road against Atlanta that week.
All right. I think I have it the opposite. I got you all winning that one, but again, in this division, I think it could go either way. Division games is so tricky in the NFL, so I'm with you on that one. But let's go.
And
what?
I was going to say I could be wrong, but I believe that's a Thursday night game. And
I got it up. Yep, it is.
Okay, so yeah, Bucs don't like playing well on Thursday nights, so
I don't think no one likes those Amazon games. Hopefully they're better this year, but I don't think no team like them Thursday nights. But then you get a few days off, you get some rest, you come back Sunday and play New Orleans. Well, you go to New Orleans, but you're playing.
Yep, go to New Orleans. I got the Bucs winning on the road against New Orleans that week.
All right, cool. So we flipped on that one. I got you all beating the Falcons but losing to the Saints. But I like where you're going with this one. Next up, you got the Ravens.
Ravens at home. I'm gonna go ahead and give the slight edge to Baltimore in that one. Just think I think Baltimore is going to be one of the top teams in the AFC this season. Not that the Bucs can't compete, but Lamar he's going to be a problem for our defense.
And Derrick Henry. Yeah, I think a
And
lot of
Derrick
people
Henry,
need. Yeah, that's one of them games. What my man say? Iced up, son, because that's what you're gonna need after that one. That's gonna be a rough one. But then, I mean, from one bird to another, back at home, you playing the Falcons.
Yep, I back at home. I think we're gonna bounce back and beat the Falcons. Just play them 3 weeks apart, which is kind of crazy. But gonna come home and split the season series with them 1-1.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have. Oh, because I think the Saints finished second in the division last year, if I'm not correct, right? I think that's.
Yeah, it was literally one game apart. But yeah, I think the Falcons finished second and the Saints finished third.
Okay. I was wondering because
I could be
normally,
wrong too, though.
hey, if we're wrong, just let us know in the comments. But
Yeah, they
but
might
I
have had the
think
same
that's fine.
record,
Okay,
and
so
then
I
it came
think
down to
because I'm trying to get a logic of why the NFL does. I know why they do the rival games at the end, but I'm trying to figure out how they pick that last game of the season. And I seen
right.
that because you said the Falcons basically 2 weeks apart. I would have liked to see y'all play the Falcons if that's for the division, but that's neither here nor there. I don't make the schedules. Shout out to Troy Vincent, right?
for real.
Then you all got to go out to Kansas. Ooh, this is a tough schedule. Yeah, I got to go out to Kansas City now and play the
Yep,
Chiefs.
yep. I think we're gonna have to shake it off and take another L. No
I
pun
like what you
intended.
did there.
But
Hey, well,
until Mahomes proves me otherwise, obviously they had their struggles last year, so regular season anything can happen. But just looking at it on paper, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and I'm going to give them the respect they deserve until proven otherwise.
yeah, I think everyone has to do that at this point. And then, well, don't stay up too late after this game because now you got to play the 49ers.
Exactly. I think last year we played the 49ers. I thought John Lynch was going to take it easy on us, being a Bucs legend and
Nope.
all. But
Nope. It was personal.
yeah, it was personal. So I got us, I don't think it really matters if Brandon Ayuk's there or not. I have the Buccaneers losing that game as well. But I think that 49ers game is at home, correct?
Yep, it's at home.
Yep. So, yeah. But, yeah, we're going to take an L at home in that one, unfortunately.
All right, so
But
right
the good
now,
news is we got a bye week after that.
I was just about to say that. I said right after that, you get to really rejoice, and then I think your schedule kind of lightens up a little bit on the back end here. So right after this bye week, you got to fly up to New York and play the Giants.
That's that pit stop we were talking about, man.
Hey, something about the Bucs and the pit stop that get y'all over the hump. Brady did it, and y'all won a Super Bowl. Now look.
Exactly. So I think the Giants are they're trending in the right direction, but I just think the Buccaneers are gonna win that game, and I hope the Bucs win that game. So I got us winning that one.
If Danny Dimes to the quarterback, y'all win that game. Trust me, I know a little
We
bit
get
about Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes' first career win was against the Bucs. Fun fact.
Yeah, but that was his last one.
I hear you. I hear you.
I think I got that one. Then you follow it up. You fly out to Carolina. Another division game.
Yep, I think we're gonna handle business down in Carolina.
Okay,
so
far,
in that one.
I say so far, I think we only have 1 or 2 games off. I think it's more so that Eagles game. I think that's the one that we're off so far. But other than that,
and then we had the Falcons Saints flip flop. Yeah.
We'll see how this boils out because now you go to Vegas. I mean, no. Vegas comes to you. My bad. I'm sorry.
All good. Yeah, Vegas. I think the Buccaneers get a win there as well.
Hey man, if I won a Cowboy fan, I think we'd be best friends. I got the same thing.
Here we go.
And now you got the Chargers at going back to LA.
Yeah, this one was a real flip flop for me. Because I don't even know what the news is with the Chargers and how that's going. But my Penn State roots are telling me to fade Harbaugh, so I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. Think we go out to the Chargers, and if it was the Rams, I'd be worried. But it's the other LA team, so I think we'll handle it.
Hey, I gotta go with you on this one. I normally don't change my predictions on air, but I forgot all about Harbaugh and how that whole situation just has to build up. I'm gonna go with a W.
Cool.
I like that one. Now, this is really where it gets tricky. This is where it gets fun.
Yeah.
You already know it's coming to Dallas around
Yep.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
What you got?
Tomo, I didn't know you were joining me today, but I'm not just doing this because you're here. I do have Dallas winning that game. I think close to Christmas prime time. It's the Salvation Army bucket's going to be out.
Zeke's
CD
back
man's
too.
probably Zeke's back. Someone's going to want to hide in that thing. So, I think Dallas. You guys are typically playing some good football around that time and gearing up for the playoffs. And your fans are going to be saying this is our year, and
I don't know. They're not even at training camp. I don't know. They just like
yeah, exactly.
So we gonna
but
see.
no, I mean, I think I had us going on. I think we got like a little 4-game winning streak going on. So we play a tough.
So far,
yeah. After that bye week,
you do.
so I think we're gonna go to Dallas and get a little taste of some humble pie and have to reset. And I think it'll be good to get a. It's never good to get a loss, but to get a little humbled there before the playoffs start never hurts.
Yeah, and I'd rather you get humbled by the Cowboys than going back home and getting humbled by the Panthers, right?
Exactly.
That's what you got up next.
Exactly. So yeah, I got us. As tough as the Panthers played us last year for being the worst team in the league, I still think we get both wins against the Panthers this year. So I'm gonna go with the Bucs win at home on that one.
All right, and then we got to close it out. Again, this game, the time is to be determined, but we do know it's going to be in Tampa. You got to play the Saints. This might be for the division.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to the Saints, but I'm hoping it's not for the division. But we'll see how that plays out. But I got us losing against the Saints. And for me that comes out to 10-7 and going 4-2 in the South.
So because I did this on air, I gotta update it. So I think I'm going 10-7 as well. And I think that flip-flop at the end of the season, I think you all win that one because you lose early in the year. I think the Saints can get you all. The only reason I pick is because the Saints at home. It's gonna be something about going down to that bayou, and they might just be having their moment. It's early in the season. But late in the season, that's when all the fans know it's either no hope or there's some hope. And I think you all just gonna kill that. So I think you all got this one. You think you win the division? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't answer that just yet. Don't answer that.
Okay.
We'll bring you back. We'll bring you back later to see if you pick that. Right. But 10-7. Okay.
10-7, 4-2 in the South.
Okay, gonna write that one down. 4-2 in the South. All right. Now to close it out. This is the fun time. I know we go through the schedule where everyone talks their trash, but again, the bowl predictions is really where it can get tricky because you can say you're going to the Super Bowl, or you can say you're going home. I mean, it's up to you. The cannons are loaded. So what's your bowl prediction for this season?
Well, I got two bold predictions.
Let's get it.
So as I mentioned earlier, the Buccaneers have been dead last in rushing the last 2 years. I think the Buccaneers will be a top 10 rushing offense this season under Liam Cohen and getting the backup running back in Bucky Irving. I think our run game is going to increase immensely. I think our running backs are probably going to be more important to our offense than they've ever been. And then my other bold prediction is going to be Tyke Smith. He's our first pick in the third round of the draft this season. He's going to play nickel. He's going to probably be a nickel corner starting day one. I think he'll win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay, so I will let you know, Trent, you're a part of the chats, and for all those that are watching right now, and if you're not watching and you want to record this, join the Instagram chats because I'm telling you, if you don't win Defensive Player of the Year, it's gonna get
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Rookie. My bad. Rookie of the Year. There's some people that got some things they want to say about that, but again, man, thanks for coming on, Trent, for giving your predictions, going through with you the offseason grade as well. You got any last words before you get on up out of here?
Nah, man, just good to see you. First of all, it's been a minute. Appreciate Joe and Dave for always, bringing me on when the Bucs are on or when Joe wants to talk about the Kings. But yeah, man, just excited for football, NFL and college. Shout out to Carl, CTC. I think I can speak for everyone when this is exciting times for everyone involved in the chat and everything that Refuse to Lose does and stands for. I love it. So I'm glad to be a part of it. And always a pleasure being on the show.
Hey man, glad you're here, man. And also, man, you gotta come back and talk some more trash in the chat, just a little bit
I know,
more,
man.
You know,
I know, man.
Even if you just drop one bomb and leave, it's okay.
Yeah,
Okay?
I got exactly. I can't keep up with it. I gotta just start making. I got a bookmark like Joe does or something.
So I'm gonna give you a quick little tidbit. So this is what you do. You do what Dave do. Dave would drop a random comment or a question and leave while everybody else reacts to it, and then you just come back and do it again.
There you go.
So you can just.
I got you.
But all right, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Till next time. I see you in the chats.
Yes, sir. Fire them cannons.
Oh, hold on. I think we got a bomb on here. Hold on, man. I got you.
Bing bang.
Go bing bong. But for those that are backstage, look, my man, we just gonna bring Dev up, man. We got Dev here, man. What's going?
My bad, y'all. What's up, fellas? What's up, guys? Ladies, gentlemen. I just got back from Paris, my Olympic gold. So, my bad. Just wanted to show all y'all. Thank you.
What event you participate in, man?
Javelin toss.
Hey, man, we appreciate you for coming on the show, man, and coming back from Paris, man. I know that delay. You know, y'all like a day ahead, so.
It ain't bad. Spirit Airlines.
Hey, bro, you crazy. Well, I'm glad you were able to fly over here because we gotta talk about some wings, man. We ain't talking no Spirit wings, we talking buffalo wings. So at this point,
man, they gonna do it like that, buffalo wing.
Hey,
wings.
Grade A wings, man.
What you doing?
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Oh man,
you left the home team, the Cowboys, that is, and you done went up to Buffalo.
I don't never remember being a Cowboys fan, honestly.
For those that don't know, we're not gonna talk too much about it, but you up in Buffalo now. You seeing the playoff success. You seeing your boy Josh Allen, Mr. Turnover. I mean, top 5, top 3. I don't know what type of quarterback he is, but again, the all season is
Jay Cutler.
He sure ain't. I give you that. I can say that. Now, what we gonna do is we're gonna talk about these all season grades because y'all done lost a lot, but y'all done also gained a lot.
Trust me, I know.
So what's your all season grade?
Honestly, I'm a realist. So my all season grade for I gave us a C+. What? Listen, I gotta be honest. I gave us a C+ because the pickups we had is not enough yet to make me just jump it up to a B. I would never go over A. We would have had to do something tremendous. We picked up Keon Coleman, to me, who is going to be a star. He already got the personality for it, as everybody can see. If you've been on, social media and stuff, you just following him. He got the personality to be a star. But who would I be to jump out there and be like, oh, we got Keon Coleman, we like that, if I ain't never seen him play a down in the NFL?
That is true.
Because you have people like Jamarcus Russell. I'm not comparing him to Jamarcus Russell, but before Jamarcus Russell played it down, he was up here. He started playing it down and just kept coming down and down and down. So I'm not going to jump out there. I'm just hoping Keon Coleman can fill the void that Stephon Diggs left, and he can actually surpass him, because I think he actually got a chance to be like a star in the league. So
I do too, though. I agree with you.
That's honestly our biggest pickup of the offseason to me, even though we picked up Mike Edwards, which we needed. Obviously, we lost Jordan. Well, I ain't going to get into the losses yet. We picked up Mike Edwards. Who else we pick up? Let me see. I got a few. Oh, yeah. We picked up Curtis Samuel. Now, I know Washington fans wasn't happy with him. Honestly, I thought he would have did great in EB's offensive pass-heavy offense.
I agree.
But he was hurt. He was hurt a lot. He definitely was hurt a lot. And I don't know what went on with them, honestly. Who was the quarterback just left there? What's the guy name?
Sam Howell?
Sam Howell. I wasn't that much of a big fan of Sam Howell. I thought he held on to the ball too much. So, especially with a person like Curtis Samuel, he's not more of he is a deep threat, but he's more of a scat, like Deebo Samuel, not far as physicality, but catch the ball, boom, boom, like Darren Sproles was doing for Philly or the Chargers. And
with the Saints, right? He was with the Saints.
Yeah, and the Saints. Did Darren Sproles ever play with the Eagles?
Yeah. Now
maybe
you got me
somewhat.
second guessing. I think
And
you
I think
did, bro.
I think I'm mixing up my person with was it Brian Westbrook or Michael Westbrook? 36 out of Philly. Even though he was a running back, he would catch the ball out of the backfield and make stuff happen in the open field. That's all I'm saying for Curtis Samuel.
I almost thought it was Shady, but Shady wasn't really much of a
He was
pass
somewhat
catcher.
like that, but his hands wasn't. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
put him up there in the hands of like Austin Eckler's and Christian
yeah, no, he
McCaffrey. I ain't
definitely.
gonna do that. He already boosted himself up enough, so I
And
ain't gonna do that for Shady.
Sproles definitely was on the Eagles.
On the
Yep, he
Eagles,
was on
number
the Eagles and
43.
the
Yeah,
Saints.
so he
Yep.
transferred over. So yeah, I was looking at so that's what I'm looking at Curtis Samuel to be for us. Not saying he's going to get a lot of touch because he was getting some touches in Carolina out the backfield, but me honestly, he's not built physically enough to do that.
Yeah,
But I do
he
think he's gonna
not
get
built like Debo.
a few touches out of the backfield, but a lot of quick handoff, quick drop off passes. I think that's gonna help Josh Allen out tremendously because we didn't have that. Even though James Cook could be that, he kind of a smaller back, could catch out the backfield a little bit. He just ain't that. And if you don't got that skill set, you're not it. So that's a major pickup to me because I mean, we picked up Cole Beasley, but it didn't work out the way I thought it would have worked out for Cole Beasley in Buffalo, like it did for him in Dallas. So that's another position that I believe Curtis Samuel can be at. We also picked up Mike Edwards, the safety, like I said. On Deion Dawkins, we showing up the line. Who else? Casey Toohill. Now people probably don't even know who he is. I'm an avid listener of 106.7 The Fan. Even though I'm not a Washington fan, I'm a P1 listener. Listen,
Same here, bro.
I win tickets every other event. I got a Boys and Men concert to go to in a month and a half or something. So don't get it twisted. I do my stuff. Casey Toohill was a good rotational player and a good filling starter when who was it? Chase Young and who just went to the Bears? Montez Sweat. When both of them went down on the defensive ends, people probably ain't pay attention, but Casey Toohill did his thing. This year, or the year that just passed, he really couldn't get off the way he wanted to because they were back. He wasn't in the rotation as much, so it was just bad for him. But I do like him with us, so I'm looking at big things from Casey Toohill. Now, that's why I gave us a C+. I mean, pick us. You ain't hear no names that was just Curtis Samuel might be the biggest name. Oh, one more pickup. You gonna laugh. Mitchell Trubisky.
I'm not laughing because of the name. I'm
It's
laughing because
always
of where he
good to
came
have.
from.
It's always good to have a number one. What? Mitchell went number one, right, from UNC?
Let me double check that. I think he did, but the way
Yeah,
he
I think
played
he
for the
did
Steelers,
go
I
number
thought he was
one to
like
the
a
Bears.
number 9.
Yeah, because they should have picked the number 3 guy, I believe. It was some good people in that draft. That's what it was.
He went number 2.
He went number 2.
Yep.
So he went number 2 to the Bears.
Yep.
Anytime you can have a number 2 pick as your backup quarterback. No, I'm not saying, it's going to be working out because look at Sam Darnold. I believe he was a number 2 pick or in that range, number 2, and he still ain't.
Top 10.
But we at least have somebody who clearly had the skill to play the quarterback. It just haven't worked out for him. Now he behind a true GOAT.
Whoa.
Now he behind a true GOAT that he can learn from. He got
We're
a
not
big
about
arm
to
like
do this. Come on.
he got a big arm like Josh Allen. If some might say he's more mobile, to be honest.
Then Josh Allen?
Some might say Mitchell Trubisky used to get to it when he was back in his day. He was quick. So
I'm gonna let
Josh
you
Allen a
go.
little taller.
I'm still stuck
He
on the
might
GOAT situation, but go ahead.
he behind a true GOAT. So
Stop
he can
saying
learn.
that, man.
He can learn from Josh Allen. That's all I'm saying. He can learn from him. He's not as tall. Mentally, he probably don't got. That's why they different. Mentally, it's just a difference. But I'm thinking he going. And honestly, I don't see Tim getting too much time because Josh Allen never missing games. That's just
Knock
hurt,
on
not
wood.
whatever.
Yeah,
He
knock
never
on
missing
wood.
games. Now let me get to the losses. Yeah,
Come
I
on now.
had wrote a few of these down too.
Come on now.
Jordan Poyer, big loss. Micah Hyde, big loss. Naheem Hines.
Hold up. Yeah. Look at Joe, man. Been a member for 12 months. What's good, fellas? My man Devin with the say another bleeping word, and this stuff is over in the background.
You know how I do. But yeah, Naheem Hines, he didn't really ever get off for us. That's the position I'm hoping that, because that's the same type of back Naheem Hines is. He's not an every down third back. He too frail for that. But I'm hoping he can get. That's what Curtis Samuel can do. So we lost Naheem Hines, but I'm not worried about that. Tre'Davious White, that's my boy. Obviously, used to be a lockdown corner. I can't say because he ain't been healthy. So
True.
it's
I
like,
give you
did we
that.
lose anything? Yes, we lost anything. We lost something in name wise, but player wise, we wasn't using him anyway. Gabe Davis, big loss. That's a great number
That
two.
one.
That's like, I ain't gonna say he equivalent to T. Higgins, but he on that type of trajectory to where your number two could be possibly a 1A somewhere.
I would
I mean
say
a
on
1B.
y'all team, he is equivalent to T. Higgins.
Yeah,
For
on
y'all
our
team.
team. On
Yeah.
our team. And then Leonard Floyd. Leonard getting old. I like him, but he was getting old anyway. I don't see him doing much wherever he went. I don't know where he went, but I don't see him doing much. And I skipped over the biggest loss, obviously, Stephon Diggs. The reason I'm not happy he gone. I mean, I'm happy he gone. I don't want nobody there
Well,
that don't want to be there.
okay.
I do think him and Keon Coleman could have been a great 1-2, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know if it would have been healthy for him to learn from him because he got his issues with, some say quarterback, some say front office. You don't want nobody in your locker room that's showing you the ways of grump, 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 grump. So
TOS. I got you.
exactly. So I don't think he would have taught him much. I don't think he would have had a bad relationship. He don't seem like a bad dude to have a bad relationship with him. But it's hard to teach while you trying to up yourself in money and things of that
Yeah.
nature. So I'm glad he out the locker room and Keon Coleman can learn. And then he can learn from Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox. So we'll be okay in that category. So that's why I gave us a C plus. I don't know if you think that's a solid,
Well,
because you got Mike
I
Edwards to fill in for
I
the
can't
safety position.
really.
He's not bad. I think Mike Edwards came from. No,
I
he didn't
wish I
come
could
from
I
Tampa.
wish I could show my notes because you saying C plus is funny because that's the exact grade I gave y'all.
Oh, okay.
I
Listen,
was like, I
you
mean,
gotta be
because
real with your team. If I gave myself a C plus, I'm sure you gave y'all a F.
all right, now you're going too far now. You got
I'm
too much
sure
dip on your chip. All right.
you got. Listen,
This ain't about
I
us.
eat
It's about the
ladies.
Bills right
You can
now.
get a lot on the ladies.
We on the AFC. We ain't worried about the
I
Cowboys
got you.
right now.
I got you.
Just tune in for that episode. There'll be a lot of grades, but I went with a C plus more so because of what you said. I really wanted to be like ignorant and say C minus, but the plus is more so getting rid of Stephon Diggs. Like you said, it's not a. I hate that word cancer to the locker room. It's just more of a. It's more of a situation where a player doesn't want to be there anymore, so you got to find a way to move on. And by him moving on, that's going to help Josh Allen a little bit more because now it's like that second half of the season after the offensive coordinator got fired, you all found your groove. It's like, look, we can run the ball and we just actually let the offense go through Josh Allen with after the run game is there. We don't really need to worry about Stephon too much. Stephon will be there for the big plays, but even in that playoff game when they was forcing the ball to him, he wasn't catching it. So it's like,
man.
exactly. So it's
Can't
like,
ask for the
man,
ball in the moments if you ain't gonna catch it.
exactly. But
And that was
then,
another pickup. My bad. I just stopped you.
are you good?
Frank Gore Jr. Listen. I know he ain't people like he ain't his dad. He ain't had an illustrious college career. But when your father is Frank, lead the league in rushing all time, right? I think he passed it at some point. Didn't he pass Emmett at some point?
Don't quote us on that.
Yeah. He won or two. I tell you that.
But Frank is up there. Yeah.
He won or two. When your dad is somebody like that, that's just great to learn from. Look at Joey Porter Jr. Great. J.C. Horn, even though he played a different position than his father, great. So
Let me see.
I'm excited.
Frank Gore top three. It's Emmett, Walter Payton, Frank Gore, then Barry Sanders, then Adrian Peterson. So yeah,
top three. And people wouldn't even think of Frank Gore as top three, but he is.
Now, when you say his name, you definitely don't think about that.
So you got it. Obviously, if Frank Gore is his father, clearly he might not be his full-time trainer, but he is giving him advice. And so when you get a person like that, i.e. Pat Surtain Jr., his father clearly is giving him advice. So I'm just happy to. I want
Joey
to see
Porter
what the kid
Jr.
can do.
Yeah, nah, some of these
Exactly.
juniors, some of these juniors are there. But like I said, it's funny that we agree on the all season grade, but we're gonna skip right into some expectations, So I don't know if you familiar with the Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh, but we're gonna go with
Yeah.
Sean and
I
Josh, season
never
7.
knew. I found a way. I found a way.
And that's what's about to happen. They're gonna have to find a way because now everyone's saying, like, well, they lost one of their major weapons, but they got a lot of young receiver. They got the young receiving core back. So I want to ask you, what are your expectations for Josh Allen this season? And before you answer that, I know you had a lot of expectations last season, and you were almost spot on with a few of them.
Yeah, except the
Almost.
NBA passing yards.
Yep. You said the passing yards, and you almost there with the touchdowns. If you
Yeah,
would have did total touchdowns about 45, you would have been there. You said 45 passing touchdowns. I was
passing
like,
touchdown.
I
Yeah,
don't know what was in the air that day, but what you got this year?
Steph dropped a few of them. So, yeah.
Some of them
Listen,
got picked off.
he definitely getting 4,000 yards.
Okay.
Because we listen. I ain't gonna say we don't have a run game, but it's just not prominent. So it's definitely gonna be the same thing along the line of Josh Allen throwing the ball 40 times a game. He
You
was
have a
throwing the
run
ball a
game.
lot last year, even though he was running himself. But that's what we do. And I
But you
think
got a
he's gonna
run
try.
game, though.
I think the rookie gonna have a breakout season. Not, I ain't saying he's gonna be Jamar Chase. I meant Jamar Chase breakout season, but I think he's gonna have a great season because we finally probably. I think we're gonna run a 2 tight end set. You gotta account for even if Dawson Knox coming down and productivity.
He's
You
still
gotta
he's
account
still
for him.
solid. I give
So
you
if we
that.
can, if they can free up some stuff like how Gronk and I ain't trying to bring up Hernandez, but offensive wise, if they can free up like that, then Keon Coleman gonna have a great year. So I'm gonna say 4,000 yards, 40 passing touchdowns. I drop it. 10 rushing touchdowns. 40 passing, 10 rushing, 50 total.
I don't know.
But
I don't know what's going on
no
today, man.
no AFC championship. I don't know yet. I can't even put us there yet because it's a lot of good teams. I definitely got the Chiefs going back, but I got Chiefs and Ravens. That's my right now.
Are you gonna call it right now?
That's as
Chiefs.
of right now. If I had to pick,
Okay. I don't know what's going on today. I think maybe Joe and Dave not being here, man. They got us on the same wavelength because I got them 40 to 42,000. I mean 4,200. My bad. You throw for 42,000. He
hey,
better than
we throw
everybody. You know what I mean?
MVP.
But I'm going with probably like 30 touchdowns. I'm gonna
Oh, you
say
mean the half of
passing.
the season point, huh?
No. He's gonna have 30 touchdowns, passing. Because again, it's a young core. If Stephon Diggs was dropping passes, what you think these young receivers gonna do? They might run the wrong route. So again, with them running the wrong route, Josh Allen known for giving 1 or 2 away, maybe a game. So he got about 12 to 15 interceptions.
Stephon Diggs is out there playing the ASIC stuff. That's a different type of cleat.
Hey, look, that was I don't know what he was trying to do there. Maybe he learned his lesson down in he got the deal now, so
He
he ain't
got
gonna
the
win
deal
nothing.
now.
Yeah, so he good with him now. So I mean, but he in Texas now, so we ain't worried about that. He in a warm state. He can play better down there in a dome. He ain't got to worry about the snow no more. But I think Josh Allen give you about 8 rushing touchdowns, along with like James Cook. I really do think y'all got a running game now. After the firing of that last offensive coordinator, and did you see the Dallas game where he
Yeah,
only
he
had to
picked
throw
it
the
up.
ball 4 times?
Yeah, but I don't want to bank it off of y'all. Y'all be.
I'm just saying the run game, the run game improved every week after that. Like
But
you
did you
all
see our
went back.
offensive line against y'all that game?
Y'all look like the
They was
Great
just
Wall of
like
China.
it was just like push back at 5 yards at least
Easy.
minimum.
It was
So
easy.
it was terrible for y'all.
It was easy. But hey, we'll see y'all another year, maybe on Madden. But anyway, we gotta talk about this schedule, man. I mean, you've been real level headed so far, man. Let's see what you got here. Cause I know you watched the Dolphins panel. If you didn't, you can go back and check out some of the clips, but we already know what the Dolphins expected. So we gotta do the Buffalo
Oh,
herd
well, you
count.
going? Yeah. I'll go start record wise.
You going
10 and
record?
6.
10 and what?
10-6 is what I got record wise.
10-6-1. It's one more week.
Oh, it is 17.
Yeah. My man said 10-6. Y'all gonna tie with somebody?
Well, I gotta see who our last game was against. I definitely I had it at 10-6. I ended that with the Patriots as our last game. Yep. So I gotta look to see who that's the last game.
Yep. We about to go through the schedule.
So I must have missed somebody. Oh, I'm gonna go. I got it. I'm gonna go do it.
I will be the co-pilot. Let's go.
So if I'm reading this right, the Cardinals is our first game, right? That's what
week
you got.
All
right, here we go. Week 1, that's a W. Week 2 against the Dolphins. I got us taking the L. I don't think we're gonna be ready for it yet. Week 2 L. Jaguars. I'm not that. I think what's his name? Trevor Lawrence is just. I ain't saying diminishing, but he going down. I got to see more from him. So I got us beating the Jags. Ravens lost.
Okay.
Next game. This is the game everybody waiting for.
You know it.
W. Even though I think it's in Houston.
It is in Houston. It's in Houston.
I think he's going to be too pressing to do good that it's not going to work out for him. And with the Texans, I think they got to prove it again. I believe that people know what they are now. So now they're going to game plan more for him. I think C.J. Stroud going to have a rough season. I ain't going to say he's going to do bad, but he's going to have a rough season.
It's not going to be like last year. That's what you're saying?
I got us beating the Texans. I got us beating the Jets. But if they are on, that's like, what's that, 6 games in? Yep. 6 games is enough to get on. If Aaron Rodgers is on and that team's flowing, I might eat my words on that one. But I do got us beating the Jets. I got us beating the Titans and the Seahawks.
Okay.
Then we go back and we playing Miami. W. We splitting with the Dolphins. I'm sorry. Division games, we split.
I'm with you on that one. Go ahead.
Then it get a little tricky for us. Even though people would think this next game, I got us losing to the Colts. I think Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor run game gonna be too much for us. Our defense. I'm sure, but I think I just went down 5 straight W's. I think one of the games. Yeah, me. Yeah. I went 5 straight W's. So I feel like we're gonna be, a little too
one
overconfident.
Of those gotta be okay.
But it's not even that overconfident. You got a good receiver in Pittman, a good running back in Taylor, and a good up and coming quarterback. Because they got Gardner there too, right? No, Gardner went somewhere.
Gardner is in Vegas right now.
Okay, so they got Anthony Richardson. I think that's a triple threat that can be okay. So I got us losing to the Colts, losing to the Chiefs.
They got Joe Flacco as their backup. So
Joe Flacco, oh man, he playing. We might win, but
I'm just saying,
I thought we did last year, but okay, he's too slow. So I got us losing to the Colts, Chiefs, and the 49ers. That's 3 straight L's. See, I'm being real. You see,
you are, but
because I don't see us beating the Chiefs or 49ers. Like, it's just gonna be back-to-back L's. I'm being, I gotta be honest. Rams and Pats, what you think?
I got y'all winning.
Come on, son.
Oh, that's the game you skipped. The Lions. That's the game you skipped.
Oh, well.
Y'all play Detroit in between those 2
10-7.
You got y'all win. Oh, never mind.
No, I said we losing. Yeah, we losing to the Lions. We losing to the Lions. I feel like that team is too energetic right now. They on the trajectory of just like OKC was. They just got too much energy. Okay. So we're gonna lose. I don't care what happened. We're losing. So I skipped the Lions. So what was the Lions after the 49ers?
They after the Rams.
Okay, so that's win-loss. All right, so it's not 4 straight L's. So I got us beating the Rams and the Pats, losing to the Jets the second time. I do have us losing to the Jets the second time. And then to finish the season off with another cupcake. W.
Well, I mean, we both got here some way, somehow, but I got y'all 10-7 as well. But I think y'all lose that Texans game. I see what you're saying about Stephon and all that, but again, I think
too bright for him.
Just as much as Stephon pressing, I think Josh Allen gonna have something to prove too with his new toy. He can like see what we could have been.
But we don't have the good team. We expected to lose, so we gonna go out there and just.
I don't know. Some people, but then again, yeah, they did. They built it in. Once Stephon left, a lot of people saying the Bills are up and down. We don't know what they're gonna be this year.
Oh yeah, the Texans are. I don't know why people putting them here, but they automatically in the AFC Championship. I get it. The names they got, they picked up Hunter and Stephon and Mixon, but we shall see.
I mean,
You
yeah,
gotta prove it.
you gotta prove it. So you said 10-7.
I got 10-7 once that Lions game came up.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna stick with that 10-7. You already know it's gonna get clipped up. We're not gonna ask you if y'all win the division because we're gonna have to bring y'all back for the panel for that one. But we got all your games. So now,
I ain't winning division.
I don't know.
The
Yeah,
offense. I mean, with how I did, I got a splitting and splitting with two, and then beating two straight out. So yeah,
depends on how the rest of it play out. I think
that'd be like a 4-4 record. Yeah,
then
we'll
we
see.
don't know what Aaron Rodgers, right? If Aaron Rodgers
That's why.
playing
That's
that,
why. Yeah, I gotta see what's up with him.
all right. So now, with that being said, we gotta do our table slam of a prediction because that's what y'all do up there in Buffalo. Y'all like to slam people through tables. What's your bold prediction
My
for
bold
the
prediction.
season? Yep.
So my bold prediction, I wrote this down too. Bold prediction would be Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, I'm starting off with Mitchell Trubisky. Will have more rushing touchdowns than Jaden Daniels. Listen, I feel like we don't want to get Josh Allen hurt.
Oh, no.
We're gonna bring Mitchell in on just the goal line situations.
And y'all gonna do the tush push?
Whatever you want to call it. They was doing that in Pittsburgh with him, or trying to.
I mean, well, I seen the Bills start doing the tush push later in the season too.
Well,
with
Josh Allen,
Allen,
yeah. But he was getting nicked up. I don't think they're gonna try to get him nicked up.
So repeat
People
that one more
sleeping
time.
on Mitchell Trubisky gonna have more rushing touchdowns than Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
They're not gonna be running him all around like people think.
Okay. I ain't
to
gonna argue with you.
I went to 2 off-season training practices to do intel. I
said I'm
seen
gonna
him.
go see it.
Yeah, I seen him.
Ooh, I mean, some people calling him a running back, so we gonna see, man.
Yeah.
We gonna see.
We'll see. He ain't even bigger than Reggie Bush. No wild stuff, y'all.
I mean, look. Well, I'm glad you came on here and you actually gave us the real, man. I'm shocked. You shocked me this episode, man. I was waiting for you to come on here and say A+. We might make it to the AFC Championship game. I don't know.
Because when you keep it real, good things happen for you. I.e., Dallas Maverick. Boom, I kept it real. Stuck with a good team, and look what happened for me.
Hey, I will say that a few of your NBA predictions have been spot on, especially that one about the Warriors when we were on the panel and everybody laughed and you said they could be one of the hottest teams and they ended up in the finals.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at it. Well, you got any last words for us?
I think I said my last words. I think that Jaden Daniels statement is going to be replayed a lot. People probably going to try to bring it to light if it don't happen, but it's a bold prediction. So you gotta go. You gotta go bold. But other than that, I appreciate y'all for bringing me on. If you want to achieve success like this, you work hard at it. Javelin tossing is not an easy thing to do, but I worked hard from 7 years old, and now look at me, Olympic gold medalist or gold trophyist, whatever you want to call it. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Tomo. Thank you, Dave. Best crew in the land. I hear that you guys are taking over for the TNT crew. I'm so proud of you guys for getting that Amazon deal. We on the bigger things.
Whoa. You weren't supposed to say all that on air, man.
Hey.
Now they're gonna be looking for us, man. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Until next time, man. We see you.
All right, Robin.
All right, man. Now, to end this episode, we're going to do some final words. Again, if you've been here or if you haven't been here, make sure you subscribe to all the shows on the network. Make sure you click that, like I said, make sure you click that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification button. If you're watching this or you found this on Threads or X, make sure you repost it and share it with someone because, X has been wilding out a little bit. But I want to say this before I get out of here, man. Happy birthday to Joe's baby girl. That's why he's not here. And to my dummy bro, Dave. I don't know what's going on with your boy, man. They talking about they trying to find a trade for him. But then they said they can't find no trades for him. Well, we'll see what happens. And with the Dallas Cowboys, all you gotta do is watch FS1 and you'll see a lot about those guys. And until next time, peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.